see out here, street style, it's everything. Let's show them who's in charge. It's the takeover.
They call me FLACKO and don't play no more. That Drake and you bandana on my head. Ain't no strings up on my legs.
I'd rather put money on my grandmother.
I ain't ducking money, I ain't ducking bullets either. I ain't ducked short since I became a vegan. Probably ducked season, try to pay before the season. Probably ducked off in a quiet place, switching breezy. Probably shades, probably white, couldn't see him.
And you driving like you stole it. I like your style.
I would like to dedicate to the scar on my face. All the stars in the globe. Where does your scar face?
That's how you do it? See, I was rooting for you too, man. You made me proud.
Good evening, folks. It is 100 degrees out. It is Friday night. It's time for the hottest action that you love to see with Rocket Underground. I am your host of the evening, Ice Cold Brew, and joining me in the commentary booth is, of course, Wasabi Yagi. How you doing, Wasabi?
I am doing good, Cole. How are you this evening?
I am burning up with some hot action coming up next. We got the Warlocks versus the Goblins, which on paper looks like the Warlocks 3-3 in the standing so far seem to be pretty dominant, you would say, but the Goblins are 2-4. However, they've been competing against one of the top divisions in the dungeon division so far against folks like the Paladins and the Barbarians. I imagine it's going to be a bit of a closer match than people like to think.
Yeah, definitely looking to be a great matchup between these two JL teams. I'm real excited to see what goes on. I mean, there's definitely been a lot of chit chat between these teams in the Gen chats leading up to tonight's game, and I think both teams are ready to put it on the field tonight and show the other team who's the more dominant.
Yeah, just to kind of give some numbers out for people, so we kind of know what we're looking at so far. On the Goblin side, we have Plumber coming in for his very second series of the season so far, and he'll be playing alongside Postman, who will be the Post Goblin when you see that pop up. But Plumber, pretty strong start so far. Just 1 goal, almost 2 assists per game, just about, maybe 1 assist here and there. And then Postman looking at 1.5 goals per game and a strong defensive back line, almost 3 saves per match that they have played so far out of the 3 that they have played in this moment. Meanwhile, over on the Warlock side, we have X and Skyline playing together. Skyline, 2 goals, 6 shots per match out of the 2 series that they play. They're coming in for their 3rd. Meanwhile, X is coming in for their 4th and has made a very strong presence and has a 63% win percentage when they're on the field. And I'm imagining that's a lot of them just being there to support the team. I mean, what's the big important thing that you look for whenever you're in a twos match, Wasabi?
Honestly, when playing or watching, because when I'm playing, what on the field, what I'm looking for most is I'm looking for my teammate to be in a position for me to try and draw the defense out a little bit, and then just give them a very, very nice pass. To either where they could get a quick shot on net, and then I put myself in a position where if it happens to rebound, I can help put the ball back in. I myself like to be a support player, and yeah, that's what I look for in teammates. Somebody who's in the right position, so we can pass back and forth and make something happen.
Yeah, looking for a good teammate and expecting smart positioning on the field. This is Journeyman League as well, so Champ 1, Champ 2. So people have a good idea of where they need to be, especially in a twos matchup. Right now, we've sent people down to the field right now. We're starting with the very first in this best of 5 series, and it looks like Skyline's going to win out on that kickoff. Plumber with the mistouch. Instead, X can't find a connection on the ball. People going a little bit cold right now, but X tight in on the post. Skyline just outside the woodwork. Goblin getting a piece of it right then.
Yeah, you talked about his saves per game, getting 1 out of the way very early on. Warlocks trying to take the ball out of their half, looking to come across midfield. Skyline's going to put one off the backboard to X. X gets the defense a little flustered and splits the middle. Warlocks are going to take the first goal of the game.
And yeah, X just finds that opening. You see Post Goblin on the just close side, can't get a chance, and Plummer tossed to the back of the net, can't get it around in that moment. So first goal is going to go to Warlocks. Seems like they have all the momentum in the air right now. Skyline, speaking of, pops it up high off target just a bit.
Yeah, definitely hits that inside post. X now looking for Skyline. Skyline dropping back. He's going to pick the ball up, take it out of his own corner. Gets it past one Goblin defender. He's got one to beat as he's driving down the field. Post Goblin's going to clear it out, but X is going to put it back in. Gets a nice touch over Plummer. Was that Plummer? It was.
It was.
No, and Plummer got the demo. That was over Goblin. Got the touch over Goblin.
Very nice play. Smart positioning from Skyline as well. Opens that up, forces Postman to just get inside and immediately try to cut off that ball from X, but can't beat it out in time. And I typically like to pay attention to how the first games go, because a lot of time both teams will just test each other out, get a feel for how they're playing. But right now, X and Skyline working very well together. X is looking to get a pass off that backboard, but Plummer's going to get a piece of it. Skyline, no boost around. Plummer's going to instead take it upfield. And I can see X getting on the defensive side, goes for a boost over ball. Probably a smart play. Pass to Post. Post can't get it past X, and Plummer can't get past X either. Another chance for the Warlocks to go on the offensive.
Yeah, Skyline comes in, trying to take the ball out of the corner, gets a demo on Plummer. X is going to now try and play it off the Goblin's backboard. Sky takes a shot, gets it, passes it, it goes in.
Skyline just anticipating the pass, sees it coming down, sees that Post Goblin right in the center of the net, not really where you want to be, especially if you have such a high defensive number, but just puts it right behind them. Now we got a 3-0 lead, and the Goblins are looking overwhelmed by this adventuring party of the Warlocks.
Yeah, the Warlocks just making really smart shot placements. I mean, they saw Postman sitting flat in the middle of the net, just able to work the ball to one side or the other. And here they go again, working the ball around the Goblins' entire defense. X is going to put another one in unimpeded. They had the Goblins dead to rights.
Yeah, X and Skyline are just on a destructive tear right now. I feel like Plummer and Postman are a little bit lost on the field, unsure of how they can play. I kind of have to credit this to X and Skyline just playing fast and furious. As soon as they see a chance, as soon as they see that ball get up towards the net, they are ready and waiting. You know, Skyline's waiting right outside that strike zone, trying to find another shot, and X is just playing around them. Lots of control, but maybe Plummer can find that first goal. This could be the momentum that the Goblins need. First goal for them out of 5 shots so far.
Yeah, really like the patience there on Plummer. Slow it down just enough that he was able to still beat the Warlocks to the ball. Played a nice little shot out of the corner. Open net, pass to himself. Really nice, meticulous play. And you know what? X said, you guys could score. We'll just score another one right on you off of kickoff. Great creep up. Able to get past Plummer, and the kiss off of the freaking inside post puts the Warlocks up by 4. 2:39 left in this game. Kickoff underway in favor of the Goblins. Warlock's going to have something to say about that, though. Skyline going to kick it down into the Goblins' corner. Plummer going to play it out. Looking to get a touch off the sidewall. Looking to get past X. X going to get a touch. He's going to play it off his backboard. Plummer's going to disrupt that. Skyline going to have forced to move in to push the ball across midfield. Skyline picks it up. Puts a shot off the backboard as X comes in. Plummer able to clear it away. Postman now gets a shot. Can he beat him to the net? And he can. Goblins get their second goal.
Postman finally able to find another opportunity here. Brings it back down to 3, but we are more than halfway past the game right now, and the Warlocks feeling like they got a nice little donation from their patron. We have Twizzled Vet donating 5 gifted subs, by the way, but still the action rolls on. Warlocks looking to get that goal back and take back over the lead. Still, I'm hoping the Goblins can come back. They might have some momentum on their side, but they got to protect that back line just like Skyline has to in that moment. That mistake, that error costing them a goal.
Yeah, it does not happen very often at this level that teams make mistakes, but when they do, Unfortunately, the other team is usually there to capitalize on that. Skyline just misread that ball a little bit. Left the back door open. Goblins able to take advantage of that as they are now trying to work the ball. I don't even know what they're doing, pushing the ball back into their own field. Postman going to pick that up. Can't get it past X. X coming in hot, puts it off the wall, but Plumber, he's going to clear it on out. Skyline comes back in, 50 in his favor. That is picked up by Plumber. He pushes it upfield. Postman trying to get a shot off of that. It is saved, though. And X now dribbling with a one-on-one situation. Skyline pushing the ball back into Goblin territory. Postman going to kick it to his own corner. Skyline going to pick it up, put it off the backboard. Cleared out by the Goblins. They're going to take a shot on net. X is going to clear that away, though, and he's going to loop it around the horn. Gets it past Plumber. Ooh, nice stop there by Goblin. He is a little awkward, though. Skyline able to force the ball through. Got a 2-on-2. Goblins now pushing the ball back out into the Warlock territory. Skyline not having any of that as he's going to 50 it out to midfield. Plumber does get a shot on net, and X quick to the top post to clear it away. Little disadvantage. Oh, no! Just getting ready to say that they put the Warlocks in a slight disadvantage there. That spawn off a demo was not helpful for the Warlocks. Plumber took full advantage of it and puts his team within one with 38 seconds left.
Right now, the Goblins are starting to get ready to line up their horde, getting ready to take back this game into their favor. The stream jitters coming off quickly, but Post-Goblin takes it over the top, can't find a pass out to Plumber. X gives it a little bit too hard. Instead, Skyline, drops it down, but not in a way within reach. X tries to send it back center. Skyline takes it right back. It's going to chase it out into the corner. Gets bumped by Postman. X up on the backboard. Plumber's jumping for it, but no one's around. Postman, plenty of space, plenty of time, clears it upfield, but they got 7 seconds left to score. Looking for a chance. Misses the demo, but Skyline with the deflection, but Plumber with the cleanup. This is going to go into game 1 OT.
Oh, what? Postman, I'll give him that. That was great work coming down the field. Not only did he avoid the demo, but just the way that he positioned himself, he knew that ball was going to 50 flat in the air. We had both Warlocks going for it with time running out, trying to stay up by 1. Unfortunately, nobody there to have the open Plumber tie this game up.
Oh, no.
Oh, and before I could even finish saying, 7 seconds in, off of kickoff, Plumber with a redirect, ball falls into the Post-Goblin's hand, and he's going to finish this one out. Goblins take game number 1.
Postman, a little bit of mind games there. It looked like he was unsteady going up to the ball. Looked like he wasn't going to get that hit, and then just aims down, drops it right underneath the crossbar. Skyline jumped a bit too quick, and then before they knew it, that ball was zooming at them and just gave up the series that was well in hand for the Warlocks. But now the Goblins are on the attack, and they've taken game 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, first couple minutes of this game, if you would have asked me who you think was winning, the way that the Warlocks came out with the intensity, the goals the unanswered goals even that they were just putting in the net, definitely looked like they were the offensive oppressors on the field. Goblin's just a little slow to start, I guess, with those little stubby legs of theirs. It takes them a while to get up to momentum, but yeah, I mean, they stuck in it. They fought all the way through. They finally got their first goal, and they just didn't look back from there. No matter what the Warlocks did to them, they had an answer. Well-scrapped fight for the Goblins there. Definitely not how I saw game 1 going.
I'm inclined to agree. And yeah, just the Goblins turned up the heat. After the game went halfway through, they immediately start just putting as much pressure on that back line. And I really have to credit Postman and Plumber on that. Plumber might have had the most goals on the team, but a lot of those plays were set up by Postman. Postman just a ferocity and just did not give up on the play. And a lot of these demos worked in their favor. Just a whole bunch of unfortunate spawns for the Warlocks also worked against them as well. I'm hoping in this next matchup, they'll bring back that aggressiveness they had in the first half of game 1. but maybe they'll be a bit more mindful of how to defend that back line as well.
I mean, after what the Goblins just did to them, I'm just hoping that their heads are still in this game. I really hate to see, that be the reason why the Warlocks, kind of fell apart here. As we get underway in game number 2, X looking like it's not bothering him as he tries to get the double touch. Comes up just a little high, but his teammate Skyline there to help finish it through, and the Warlocks are going to take the first goal of this game.
Yeah, Skyline just had to be there for the cleanup, but X, fantastic attempt trying to go for that double tap, just kept it a little bit high just to keep it out of Plumber's reach, and gets this lead back in their control once again. They've taken the first goal just like last match, but now they just need to play more aware. Plumber looks like he's going to try and drop it in the corner. Can't, with X and Skyline both in the way, but Postman sees that opening. Skyline peeled out too far off to the right, gave plenty of time and plenty of space for that goal to go right back in and tie it back up once again.
Yeah, both Warlocks kind of double committed there a little bit. It looked like they pushed Postman off to the side. Nice quick turn on his part, though, to redirect himself there. It honestly looked like the who was that, Skyline on the outside thought that X probably was going to get to the ball first. It looked like he was going up on the attack with him. Kind of just drew him out. Postman took advantage of it. Goblins able to tie the game up. And now they're going to work the ball out of their own corner. Got Plumber putting it up to Postman. Postman gets a 50 with Skyline. Plumber able to pick it up. He's going to put the ball in the vicinity of the Warlocks net, but X is going to dribble it down the field, put a shot on net that gets cleared out by Postman. Ball now in Warlock territory. Skyline trying to work the ball across midfield. Gets the favorable 50 over the Postman. X trying to come in. Just comes up a little short. Skyline going to turn around. Get a quick shot. Saved by Plumber. Ball now floating midfield. Warlocks trying to contain it down in their own territory. Plumber's going to 50 X off the side of the wall. X now coming back around. It's a nice touch into the Goblins' corner. Postman going to clear it on out to a waiting Skyline. Ball kind of floating across now. Goblins give possession back to the Warlocks, who give it right back to the Goblins. Postman had the angle in this shot, puts it just a little wide, unable to catch up to it. Warlocks definitely got out of a little trouble there.
And now
Plumber.
Warlocks panicking a little bit on the back line. You got Plumber able to scoop it underneath X, takes that goal immediately off of a bit of a confusion in that corner. Skyline unable to control it. X being forced onto the backboard, expecting it high, but can't get it another touch to clear it out on that one.
Yeah, Goblins are just doing a real great job of getting the Warlocks out of position, putting them in awkward situations, and then taking advantage of it fully. Warlocks definitely going to be fighting back, though, with that intensity coming. Goblins now going on the attack. X going to clear it out. Looking to work the ball down the sidewalls. He comes across the middle of the field, gets a nice push out to Skyline. He's going to kick it into the corner. Got Postman looking a little awkward there. He's able to control the ball. And, X gets back just in time, but the angle does work in the favor of the Warlocks. X is still going to try and take the ball across midfield. Cannot get it past Postman. Postman is definitely now, it looks like he's settled in. Starting to see that that defensive line you were talking about before we started, working very well in his favor. I mean, as the name indicates, rain, storm, demos, bumps, he is making sure that that ball gets delivered in the vicinity of the Warlocks net for his teammate to finish delivering the ball home. But yeah, they definitely have the advantage in this game as far as the last minute or so has gone down. I don't think the ball has left the Warlocks' end.
Yeah, Warlocks kind of looking a little choked out at the moment. Looking like they're running on nothing but fumes in the moment. X able to get a save off the shot from Plumber. Gets it around. Just needs to put some power on it. Doesn't really have the boost to do it. And Plumber comes in, picks up a save. Goblin with the 50 sends it off to the corner. Now you got X getting the demo, but Plumber shots on target, deflected by Skyline. Going to bring it over to the side. Goblin, Postman tries to get that save, but Skyline gets a little unsteady and can't find the middle of the net there. Still a 1-goal game. Warlocks plenty of time, but they gotta focus on getting 1 goal at least. Postman picking up another save. Ball dashed over to the opposite corner. Have a minute left to go. What can the Warlocks do right now to make a difference? What can they do to score, and who do they need to be the most wary of?
I mean, honestly, they're just panicking a little way too much as they own goal that on the transition back. Plummer is going to be credited for that goal. Yeah, they're just rushing. I mean, definitely X was a little out of position there. There's no reason for him to be challenging that ball in that position, knowing that it was just going to come right off of the side wall. All he had to do was sit back, wait a little bit. He would have been able to take possession of the ball, probably move it up the field a good 5-10 yards before he even had to worry about somebody being on his heels. But yeah, they're definitely just in that panic mode. You know, they end up losing game 1. And like I was talking about, I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to have a solid mindset coming into this game, especially how the Goblins did them dirty in game number 1. It's definitely shown on the field here. Like the intensity, the speed, everything that they had is there, but it seems like they're just a little hesitant. They're not as fast getting to the ball as they were in the first minutes of the first game. And the Goblins are just doing a real good job of keeping them off balance and keeping the control of the game in their court. Skyline off of the pass of X. He's going to go ahead and get themselves a cheeky goal with 6 seconds left, down by 1. Yeah, I mean, that's just playing a little frantic to me. Yeah.
They're playing too frantic, and they're just too anxious. They're too excited to score, and they get way too close to each other. Ends up costing them. That kickoff goal is going to ensure the Goblins take this one. And I do want to give another shout out to Twizzled Vet, who gets another 6 subs to the chat as well. Thank you very much, Twizzled Vet. I imagine that you are excited for the Goblins taking it away here. But yeah, this is going to put the Goblins on match point right now. And honestly, the Warlocks have no one to blame but themselves. Just mistouches, panics on the back line, panics when they have an open net opportunity as well too, just not able to put enough power behind the ball to put it into the net or control it enough as well, sending off the post, sending off the backboard, into the corner, just everywhere but the center of the post.
Yeah, I mean, they had the shots. They're definitely putting up more shots. They're getting shots out faster. They're getting to the ball quicker. They're panicking, and the Goblins are just, like I said, taking full advantage of it. You know, they're not really giving the Warlocks the opportunity, the space, the time that that they need to situate themselves, I would say. You know, and the Goblins are just doing a really good job defensively, being in the right positions, smartly pushing the ball up together. You know, they're working cohesively, which is you know, what you'd like to see. You know, it is a 2-person game after all. You know, yes, it can be done by yourself, but you know, it's a little bit harder, especially when you're going against another team of 2 that have been working very well together. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, I just think the Warlocks just need to get out of their own heads, go back to how they played the first couple minutes of the first game, and you know, I think they'll be able to find some holes in the Goblins there. But I mean, right now the Goblins are just doing their job and picking apart this Warlocks defense.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to say something that might be a bit contentious for some folks, but I do think the Dungeon Division might be the strongest division, period, just because of who they have to face off against every single time, especially in Journeyman League right now.
I was just going to say, yeah, in Journeyman League, absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah,
100%,
and Journeyman League specifically. And by the way, we are on match point right now. If the Goblins take this one, that will be match point in their favor, but X is going to take the first goal once again, but the third time might be the charm to get first goal. X, fantastic read, sees that opening, takes it right on in.
Yeah, he's done it every single game. He's gotten the first goal within a very few seconds. I mean, very, very good controlling off of kickoff, you know, picking up the ball, reading where it's going to go. I really do like his kickoff play, game sense. It is very nice. It's probably one of the nicest ones that I've seen in a very long time. But outside of that, you know, when they give the Goblins some time to work with the ball, they just seem to be picking them apart. You know, We do have the Goblins now working the ball into the Warlocks territory, and again, another missed corner opportunity. Warlocks, keep the ball out of the corner, please.
X
Just missed it. He just missed it, but in doing so, leaves the door wide open for the Goblins, and they're just going to come in, they're going to loot all of your stuff, and they're just going to leave with a goal to tie this game up. Again, we're not even a minute in. And Exy, ooh, that would have been real nice. Skyline trying to come in with it. It was pretty. I liked it. He slowed it down. We got the card full 360 to round on it, and then the Goblins on the counter attack, just playing that basic give and take ball off the backboard across to their teammate. You know, it's been working since Rocket League has been Rocket League. I doubt that play will ever get old, but it does give the Goblins the 1-goal advantage with 3:57 left in potential game point, game number 3. Goblins win, we go home. Warlocks win, we go to game 4, and their hopes of taking this series stays alive as X is going to work the ball across the Goblins net. A little too quick there. Skyline unable to come up with it. Plumber going to pass back to Postman. Postman going to take a shot on net. X absolutely back in time to get it out. He's going to take it off the back wall, try to push it across midfield, and again, gets the block by Plumber, doing everything he can to get his team another goal. The Goblins playing nice defensive ball. Nice pass up to Postman from Plumber. Ball kind of floating across midfield. Plumber's going to try and take it in, get it off the backboard. Postman going to get the cut shot, hits the post. X going to try and clear it out, and they do get it over Postman. Plumber going to shadow that down into his own corner. Skyline going to try and take it off this ceiling to an awaiting Postman who gets it down across midfield out to the front of the net, but X going to take it out of his own corner. He's got the ball in his car, and he's going to flick it past 1. 50 past 2, looking for his teammate to pick that out of the corner, or Postman to set up Skyline. Ooh, nice pre-jump there. Plumber, great read coming in off the wall to clear that out. We have a 1-on-2 situation. Plumber floats it up, gets the bump. Saved by X. Skyline now going to push that across. Got a nice little back and forth going on here, Cole.
Yeah, right now Plumber's just waiting patiently. They know they got the lead. They don't need to do much. Skyline's going to try and force that in. Sees Plumber just come out too far. Sees Post Goblin right next to him. Just bangs it in. And Skyline finally able to find a bit of reprieve. Ties it up 2-2 now. Just after the halfway mark. I'm wondering, maybe they're going to try to outplay the Goblins. They need to calm down, as you said. X and Skyline both. They have made a lot of mistakes on the defensive line, just getting it a bit too antsy. Plumber!
Oh, okay, he didn't have to do him dirty like that.
Sometimes you try to play safe, and
sometimes you get bullied, and
you get T-boned.
He did. Oh my God!
I've had an incident like that on Guadalupe Street in Austin. Like, it's not pretty. Lead goes right back to the Goblins. 1-goal lead right now. And we got X chasing after Plumber, now looking for another goal. That's a pass down. Goblin's going to call himself off right now. Instead, Skyline goes for a 50. Ball back upfield. X doesn't have a lot of boost, though. Instead, goes for a bump on Postman. But Plumber's going to play it safe. Can't get it above Skyline. Big boom all the way over to the opposite side. Postman picks a touch. Sends it off to the side. You got X sending it away. Gets a 50. Still trying. Oh, steps away from it, actually. And Skyline was facing forward. Postman might have a chance to shoot, but gets denied by X, who sprints back onto that line.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, again, just being a lonely little rookie league peon. Is that like something that is a thing up when you get in this? Because literally twice I've seen the Goblins players have the Warlocks to beat dead to rights on getting to the ball first, the angle, the shot placement, and then they just try to do this soft little air dribble instead of just pounding it into the net and solidifying the goal that they clearly beat them to, and then give possession right back away. Like, is that just a JL thing? Is this just an off chance Goblin thing? Like, I'm trying to figure that out here.
So my perspective, my opinion is they're trying to control the ball and try maybe to just make sure they can get it in the net first, especially if I'm the Goblins right now, I'm not in a rush to get another goal. I feel confident. We have outplayed the Warlocks for the past 2 matches, and all we need to do is just make them make a mistake, and then I have an even easier goal to go for. Right now, Plumber's going to chase after that. The ball's going to go down center. You got Postman trying to shoot. Can't get it around Skyline, and with 20 seconds left to go, Warlocks need something to work out in their favor. Looking for a spell to cast on the Goblins. Gets it right. Gets a dunk on Postman. X able to tie it up 3-3.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to piggyback off of what you were saying earlier, like absolutely 100% understand that they have been outplaying them and that they've also need to run the clock out. You know, they didn't have to boost score, but you know, as fast as the Warlocks are able to score, I mean, when you have an opportunity like that, especially put yourself, you know, give yourself that safety net goal. I mean, if they had it right now, this could be the end of game number 3. And instead, it looks like we may be going to our second overtime of the series.
Second overtime and the very last chance Warlocks have to make a difference right now. Looking for a chance. X able to get that kickoff. Wants to send it up high off to the corner. Instead, 50s it off to the opposite side. Skyline's going to jump for it, but instead it's going to send off the backboard. It's down center. X has a chance. Postman picks up another save, but Skyline sends it right on back. Fortunately, Plumber is there to plug up that hole. Instead, it's going to send it off to the side. You got Skyline. One more shot. Post Goblin picks up another save. I believe that's 3 for 3 so far per match. Ball coming down. X can't chase after it. Sees Plumber's right on it. Tries to get it around, but that's going to be a 50 to the midline. And Skyline, plenty of space, plenty of time, but does not try to control the ball. Instead, booms it away.
Oh, yeah, Postman definitely decided that he wanted to play more of a defensive role there. Almost did not work out in his favor. Goblins do take control of the ball. It is lost at midfield. X is going to come in, put a shot. Going to hit the post. Postman going to try and clear it on out. Warlocks keep it in Goblin territory. Now we have Plumber trying to work it against X in midfield. X gets the touch. Hits the backboard. Skyline tries to come in. He cannot. Oh, man. Warlocks just had 3 really quick shot opportunities on net, saved by the Goblins each and every time. X now has a floater coming towards net. Plumber gets a touch on it, but it's still floating in front of the net. Postman going to try and clear it out. Skyline going to put it back in. Plumber going to get the touch. Ball does hit across midfield to a waiting X. He's going to pick up some mid boost. He's going to miss the ball, but he gets the demo, and it goes in!
X, fantastic planning. Realizes he made a bit of a mistake. Made a little bit of an oopsie. But then sees Postman just waiting for I believe that's a 4th save for Postman in this match. And goes, let me get a demo real quick. And lets the ball chase in. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if that was payback for what they did to him earlier. I mean, honestly, that almost really looked strategic, the way that he jumped right after that. Went straight for the demo. Like, no car shift or anything. He landed and knew exactly where he was going. Ball trickles in. Warlocks going to take their first game of the series, putting us in a game number 4. Now, Goblins still sitting on match point. Warlocks need to win this game to force a game 5 winner take all. Yeah, I mean, this series is definitely starting to heat up. Warlocks, I thought, you know, with the intensity that they brought in game number 1, like, you know, game number 1 was going to be a completely different story. I think at one point they were up by 4 goals. Goblins ended up fighting their way back. Demolished is what I would say. I mean, the offensive pressure in game number 2 coming from the Goblins, you know, something else. Like I said, Warlocks just not there headspace wise for game number 2. Game number 3, though, definitely hard fought. They finally got their acts back together, able to work a little magic there and some smart plays. Great field awareness by the Warlocks there. Solidify that win for them. And here we go to game number 4.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out, too, is all the goals from the Goblins were off of passes and pressured plays from Postman. I mean, Plumber was 3 for 6 overall, and Postman was 0 for 8, but every time he threw that ball towards the net, Plumber was there to pick it up and put it right back in or dunk it in. Anything, any way, chance, or form. Meanwhile, X has 2 solo goals, 1 off an assist from, Plumber with the first goal. This time changing up the formula a bit. Warlock's not able to score quickly on this one.
That's definitely not how we wrote the script for tonight. Yeah, X just does a little pre-jump there. Don't think he thought he was going to be able to get his car up. You know, Plumber, that was a real nice, I'm going to call it the doink shot. I mean, not a lot of gusto behind it, but accurate as all hell. And yeah, like you said, Goblins changing up the script, getting the first goal of game number 4. Pretty sure they're looking to close out this series. Warlocks may have something else to say about that. Is X going to take a shot on net, saved by Postman. Skyline going to try and keep it back in. Postman trying to dribble it out across the field, but it is put back in by the Warlocks. Ball now floating high in front of the Goblins net. Cleared off the back wall by Plumber. Plumber trying to control the ball out. Gets a 50 in his favor. Gets up, gets the touch. Cannot get the angle as X is going to save that ball and push it away. Goblin's going to put it back in, and Skyline's going to pick it up as he takes it into Goblin territory. Playing Plumber in the corner. Bump 50 action there. Postman going to bump his own teammate, trying to get the ball up into the net. Almost works in his favor with the pull shot. Warlock's doing a real great job there of defending that and putting the ball back into the Goblin territory. Now ball.
X. Smart 50 by X, sends that ball off to the side, but Postman once again able to quickly turn around in that Scarab. I don't know if you realize that Postman has changed cars every single match so far, and according to chat, this is the most normal vehicle Postman uses. Meanwhile, Skyline able to get that 50. It goes over to X, who was able to send it right back to the side, but now it's right in front of the net. Skyline, bit of redemption arc there, sends that ball booming forward. X on target. Can't get it around Plumber, though, and that ball's going to go off and away with X picking up a demo on the back line. Maybe Skyline can put it in, just needs to put a little bit more momentum. Squeezes it right past Plumber for the goal.
Yeah. Ooh, that was quick. I mean, nice clear there by Postman. Unfortunately, ball hits the ceiling, comes immediately back down. Skyline able to pick that up with a nice read. Gets it right past Plumber. Like you said, real tight needle threading there. Almost thought that X was going to have a bump coming out of the back of the net, but, you know, unneeded, unwarranted, and we have a tie game. We have the Warlocks now fighting for that ball, pushing it out of the Goblin corner, floating it to the corner of the net. Postman trying to clear it out. He misses the ball entirely. Skyline tries to come in for the quick goal, ends up hitting the post, clearing it all the way to the other corner of the Goblins territory. Postman now hunting down in Warlock zone. Ball in front of their net. X is going to try and dribble it out. Plumber's going to get a touch off the sidewall, landing it right in front of Skyline, who puts it up for X. X going to get a touch, but it's just going to bounce off the backboard. Postman's going to push it up to Plumber. Now Plumber looking across midfield. Skyline comes in with the touch. Oh my God, that was just unfortunate there. Plumber looking for the pass. Skyline read that all the way, gets a touch on it. Postman not able to get back, tries to hit it off the post, ends up putting it in the back of the net. And the Warlocks are going to take the 1-goal advantage.
Yeah, Skyline, fortunate break there with that sniper shot. Now X looking to deepen this lead a bit more. Tries to get it around, but just hits the outside post instead. Postman, good pressure on that shot. Now Plumber looking for a center for Postman. Postman on target, outside the post, gets knocked away. Now Skyline, 1v1 opportunity. Can't get it around Plumber. Postman shoots. X gets a smart clear, sends it off to the corner, able to get a save, but Plumber is keeping it on their side. Skyline a bit too antsy there, dives at Postman, but can't get a touch on the ball. X is forced to shoot, and Plumber with that save. Now you got X turning around, but Skyline gets a little piece of it into the corner, but that's still going to be in Postman's possession. Ball dropped down. Plumber playing too close this time. Goes to their detriment and gives up a free point. Skyline tries to pass out to X, but he's not there in time. A bit too quick on the pass for X to react on that one as Postman goes for the 50.
Yeah, ball unfortunate 50 for the Goblins there as the ball came right back in front of their net. Skyline going to take a shot, saved by Postman. Ball now floating across midfield. X going to pick it up, push it ahead, gets it past Postman, chasing it down into the corner, looping it around the horn. Plumber going to get a touch, puts it to the opposite post where Postman is going to pick it up. He gets demoed by X. Skyline going to turn around quick. Plumber there, though, gets a nice touch. Almost scores that. Goes slightly wide. Now we got the Warlocks. They're going to clear it out of the Goblin zone, and it's going to find its way in the back of the net. Was that Plumber? I think that was Plumber coming in just a little late. Doesn't get the wrap fast enough. And we have the Warlocks now with a 2-goal lead. 38 seconds. Game number 4. Dare hate to say it, but game 5 is in the horizon. Skyline working the ball down into Goblin corner. Nice little double commit there for the Goblins. They're trying to figure out which one's going to take the ball upfield. Plumber now in possession. Ball floating in front of the net. X is going to clear it out. He's going to chase that down, push it past Postman. Ball now in Goblin territory. Postman coming off the ceiling. Ball lands right in front. Skyline's there to stop it. Unfortunately, no momentum. Cannot push the ball ahead. Plumber now going to take a shot. Saved by X. X going to work the ball back down off the wall. It's coming off the ceiling. Looking for Skyline. Skyline gets a touch. Hits the post. Ball goes wide. And it's going to hit the ground with the Warlocks taking game number 4. And again, we're going to game 5.
What happened to the Goblins in this match and the previous match? Like, actually, no, I take that back. What happened specifically in this match? Because the last one was pretty close. And you got to give Warlocks credit for holding on to that. But this time they dominated a little bit. They were way faster and way more in control than usual.
Yeah, so the problem here was that there was a scarab on the field, and everybody knows, like, that's just not a legitimate card. So he kind of did it to himself. I mean, 2 saves, so doing his defensive work, but only 232 points, 2 shots, no goals. Warlock's just definitely out shooting the Goblins. 9-7. They were keeping that pressure up, the intensity. The passes between the Goblins looked a little lackluster. Couple times Warlock defenders were just able to read that play from basically point of contact leaving card to where its destination was supposed to be. In doing so, they just got themselves really nice clears, 50s in their favor. A few of them ended up finding the back of the net. Call them the lucky goals, if you will, but just really great game sense coming out of the Warlocks here. And they have been giving the Goblins a run for the money since they took game number 3.
Yeah, Warlocks right now, it feels like X specifically has woken up, and Skyline's finding their own pace as well as finding their own way to score, and it's just making it work out. But now, as we head into game 5, whichever team wins here will take the match. Postman able to take that pass off the corner from Plumber, and you can see X just diving right past it, not able to get a touch here. First goal going to the Goblins again.
X got the nice bump there on Plumber, which kind of threw him out of the play. Unfortunately, left their net unattended. Postman in his new car of the game, which I'm glad to see because can't stand the Scarab. Just for all y'all out there, don't do it while I'm here. Can't stand it. Love you guys, but no, it's not a car. It's a bug. Same way that the last game happened out. Goblins come out to get the first goal. Does that work in their favor this game? Does it not? As Skyline's going to dribble down the field, get a nice little flick out there to X. X is going to take a shot on net, saved by the Goblins. Now, we got the Warlocks working the ball out of their own backfield, putting it deep into Goblin territory. Postman trying to clear it out to an awaiting X. X going to put it back in out to Skyline. Skyline trying to pull it around the horn. He's going to turn. Oh, about to boost. He probably could have had that and pushed it back in. Decided to go out for boost, which I guess was the better play because now he is passing the ball across midfield to X, and X is going to shoot, and it's going to go slightly wide. But I saw that all the way from him taking it out of the Goblin corner.
Now X able to get that 50 around Plumber. It's a 1v2 at the moment. Gets a pass over to Skyline. Skyline gets met in the air. Postman catching wise, knows where that passing lane is going to be. Has already picked up a save here, and we're 1 minute and 15 seconds in so far. Postman tries to shoot again. Skyline gets in the way, but Plumber's going to keep that momentum going forward. Wants to keep that pressure on. Does not want to give the Warlocks a chance to breathe. Skyline has a lot of space, and this is what I like to see. He wants to take a little bit more time, recognizes he has space, and goes to control the ball a bit more. Unfortunately, Plumber dove in for that 50, and now it's coming down around the corner. Postman on the backboard. off and away. Now looks like the Warlocks are on the offensive this time.
Yeah, Plummer's going to intercept that, however, and he's going to put it back into the Warlock zone. I couldn't say shot on net in direction of the net. It, however, is stopped by Skyline, but the ball floats right into the air where the Goblins are still able to do something with it. X is going to end up picking it up now. Favorable 50 in Goblins territory, puts the ball in front of the net. Skyline a little late there as Plummer's going to clear it out of his own corner. Taking it down the sidewall. He gets the touch. He gets it past him off the backboard. Cannot capitalize. And Skyline's going to clear that out. Postman going to get the 50, forcing Skyline to put the ball across to the opposite side of his field. X try to pick it up. Plummer now coming in for redemption. Cleared away by Skyline. Skyline gets a little jumbled out in his corner. Postman now gets the bump past X. X credited for the save on that net. Ball floating midfield. Plummer now trying to keep the ball from the Warlocks as he's going to work it past one, get it across midfield. Postman going to look to pick this up. Skyline misses it entirely. We have a one-on-one turning into a one-on-two situation. He slow plays him with the fake flip and able to put it on the backside of X in the net. Goblins are up by 2.
Goblins up by 2, and I gotta say it. Play more ones. You don't get outplayed like that if you play ones. X just anticipating that ball to fly forward, and just that little hesitation step, that little fake out from Postman sends it away. But maybe Skyline can rectify this. Ball centered off both posts. Warlocks just can't get it around this invisible barrier.
And the Goblins are going to punish him for it. Oh my God.
You can't do that, Warlocks. That's 2 chances right in front of the net to at least bring it within 1, but now you're down by 3.
Wow. Post, pass, post, counterattack, post, execution. Oh my God. You can't write this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the Goblins, I don't know where they were at last game. We brought it up slightly, but they found themselves. They were sorting their loot from the first 2 games is what it was. And now that they have it all calculated, they know where they're at. It looks like they finally have things under control there. Great 50 in favor of the Goblins. Ball almost finds the back of the net for a 4th time. X able to get back in time, clear it on out. Postman going to take a shot, saved by X. Ball lands directly in front of Skyline. He's able to push that in for the Warlocks' first goal of this game with a minute left. It is not out of the realm of possibilities for the Warlocks to take this game. However, unless they decide to pick up the pace just a little bit, get their shots a little tighter, and I don't know, do a little bit more communicating on their end, I think the Goblins are going to run away with it. I mean, they have woken up, and they are playing at a level that we haven't seen since Game 2.
Yeah, they got to get their shots tighter. They got to be a little bit more accurate as well. You can't give it up like that. Like, they got 1 goal out of 7 shots. Even the pass from X to Skyline doesn't even count as a shot because that was so far off target. Now X, bit of miscommunication. Skyline bumping him out. X sends that center, but can't follow it up. Doesn't have the boost. Instead, Plummer's going to send it off the backboard. And X is chasing after a demo. Skyline pops it up high. Postman's going to pick up yet another save. He's on 4 so far. And I think he's in the 20s for saves per game so far. Game total. Skyline up high. Tries to drop it in. Off the post again.
Post again. You can't make this stuff up. And with 1 second left, the Goblins are going to win. That's going to be the series. And ask me game 1, at the end of game 1, who was going to win this series, and I promise you the word Goblins was not coming out of my mouth. Jesus.
You know, I said something that some would believe to be controversial in the Journeyman League, that the Dungeon Division has the toughest division. Warlocks are 3-3, and now I'm kind of wondering, where's their accuracy at?
They left it in game 1, apparently.
They left it in game 1. Apparently, you know what? That says so much about how important mental game is to me. And just dropping game 1 like that and not being able to wipe it from memory and then dropping another one, coming back after 2. and then just missing shot after shot after shot in game 5 and the one that decides the series, that has
Yeah.
to hurt.
I don't want to be the bearer of the bad news here, but I mean, the Warlocks were faster. They were at times more cohesive, more organized. They definitely were the better team in this series. I mean, at least from what we were seeing on the field. But the Goblins were just able to pick them apart. They got them off their game. They got them out of position. They got them flustered. They had the Warlocks working with an intensity that I don't even think they were able to keep up with themselves, how fast they were trying to play this game. And everything that the Goblins could do to fluster the Warlocks seemed to work. And, kudos to the Goblins because you guys are the victor. You're one step closer to that playoff picture, which is coming up fairly soon, guys. I mean, we're weeks away. We're weeks away from the ship. And, every win, every series, every myota is every single thing that you're going to need to push your team into that Covenant playoff picture.
Exactly. And with that, folks, we're going to take a short intermission as we get ready for our next match up. It's going to be Hornets against the Beast in Expert League coming up next. Don't forget to pick up your own merch over at Guardian Proline, !merch. And if you haven't joined the Discord yet, this is your first time here, hit !Discord. Or if you want to come play in the league, hit !apply. Fill out that form and come join the Discord that way. Coming in for some 2v2 action.